Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Patrice, and today we have an order that we need to fill. I just got home from work. For those of you who don't know, I am a high school teacher, and I also have my business on the side. So we're going to be printing out some shirts using our Xtool Apparel Printer, and with this particular t-shirt order, we're going to be mixing a little bit of DTF with some bling, with some rhinestone. So you guys will see us going through that process. But let's just see how easy it's going to be for me to come straight home from work and start printing out these t-shirts.
All right, y'all. So this is the part that will save you drama and save you time. You want to make sure that you perform any maintenance prior to trying to print. So right now I'm just cleaning out the shaker oven. I'm also going to be performing some print head cleanings just to make sure that everything is good. So when you first turn the printer on, it automatically does a print head cleaning. So I usually go from there. And then if my test print doesn't look right, I'll go ahead and do another print head cleaning. So that's what we're doing now. I'm just making sure that the film is aligned properly. I have the filter on. I also have the shaker oven combo on before we get started, so everything is already working together. And now we're just doing those print head cleanings, and I'm going to go ahead and do a test print.
Alright guys, so this is after not having printed anything for about a week, and this is what we have. So I just need to run another print head cleaning. All of the colors look good. It's just our whites that have a few lines in it. Not bad at all though. So let's run a cleaning. This is after the print head cleaning, the one print head cleaning. That looks good. Look at the white. There's one little line there, but that's fine. We're ready to work, y'all. We're ready to work. Alright, y'all. So now we're ready to print because I had to do a software update and firmware update, and then that was all transported over into our machine. This is the Xtool Apparel Printer. It is a DTF printer. You can get the DTF printer as a standalone. However, I have the DTF printer with the oven shaker combo and the air filter, and I love this setup. The bonus with having the entire setup is that you don't have to actually go and put the adhesive powder on the back and then place it into a separate curing oven or anything like that. It's all done all here, and then it's going to shoot out at the bottom. Okay, this particular printer, there are no gang sheets. You're printing it out and it's cutting it as it goes. All right, so let's get started. It looks like everything is good. Our print head check looked good after we did that cleaning, and I'm ready. So I'm going to turn this on. It is noisy because that air filter is going, so it is a little bit noisy, but we're about to knock these few shirts out really quick. Alright guys, so it's printing. As soon as I press start, I set my stopwatch to go so that we can get an estimate of the timing and to see if the timing is accurate. It also looks like I need to fill my white ink up, so I'm going to grab this bottle of white ink over here.
So according to the Xtool software, the app that you use to print, it said that this should be printed within 1 minute and 53 seconds. And it does not look like it's going to print within that time frame, but that's still fine.
We're already at 1 minute 27 seconds.
So we went beyond the time, but to be fair, I did not have this connected via the USB. I was printing wirelessly, so that could also play a part in the timing being a little bit off as well. But it looks beautiful.
The paper coming through right there. And it's getting the powder on it. It's going to latch on. And once it does that, then the cutter is going to cut the film. The powder going on. Nice. Shaking it. Alright, y'all, so that printed out good, so I am going to print out the remaining prints, but I do need to put some white ink in it. That is necessary. I need to check, and I'm going to check the other colors too. So now I'm just going to get ready to send, the remaining prints to the machine. Alright, y'all. So I am going to get this prepped while the rest of the prints are printing.
With this printer, you can totally do so many other things while it's printing, and I really like that because it's going to print it, it's going to powder it, and it's also going to cure it, and it's also going to cut it, so you're not wasting any film. It'll cut your image, so once it's done, all you need to do is pick it up off of the printer and press it. So I really like that because I'm able to get other things done during the same time, like blinging our templates. All right, so now we're going to begin brushing in our templates, and this honestly took the most time. So just brushing it in, there were 4 different parts of this particular design, and we had to brush in 4 different small parts, not major parts, but still small, still 4, and we had to brush these templates in and also get prepped for pressing these once we were done printing out the image. So here I'm just using Icy Crystal AB. These rhinestones came from the baby's booty, and that's what we're using for this shirt. Now, when you're working with a bling and DTF job or project, you want to make sure that that bling is not on top of the DTF. So I had to be very strategic with how I designed this and where the bling was going to go so that it was not on top or overlapping any portion of that DTF print. But here we are, we're just making sure that we get all of our stones up. Alright, y'all, so my prints definitely won the race against the bling. So my prints were waiting for me to finish brushing those stones in. Now we're ready to press one of the shirts so I can show you guys what it's going to look like. You always want to make sure that you lint roll your shirt prior to placing your DTF transfer onto it. I'm pressing this at 325 degrees for 20 seconds. Now with this design, because I'm doing bling and DTF, I need to make sure everything's going to align correctly. So I need to know exactly where to place that DTF transfer because we're going to be pressing the DTF transfer sheet first. And to do that, I just grabbed one of the pieces of the bling template just to make sure that I had enough space at the top. You know, I don't want that bling to go beyond the collar. I don't even want to go close to the collar. So now that we've pressed that for 20 seconds, we're going to let it cool off. And after cooling off, now we're going to peel that transfer tape. Depending on the machine you have, or depending on the transfer film that you use, you may have a cold peel or hot peel. You just need to know that prior to you using the product. All right, so that peeled off beautifully. I grabbed a piece of parchment paper. This part is very important. You want parchment paper, some Teflon, no butcher paper, just to give it a second press, okay? And I pressed this at 325 degrees, but for about 8 to 10 seconds. You don't have to press it for the full 20 seconds. Now you want to get direction from whatever transfer film you purchase, the suggested times and temps. This is what I use. So now I'm getting ready to place the bling on top, and I just need to make sure that none of those rhinestones sit on top of any portion of that DTF print. Okay, and so that's looking pretty good. I'm also going to grab the bottom part of that template and place it at the bottom as well, and just pay attention to the fact that I don't want any of those rhinestones to sit on top of the DTF film or the DTF print, because those rhinestones will eventually pop off. Okay, so you don't want that. I'm also going to grab a piece of parchment paper, because you don't necessarily want to just do what I just did and press it without the parchment paper, because your image can end up sticking to the top of your heat press and you don't want that. Okay, so you'll see me for the remainder of this video use parchment paper for each press, but everything looks good. You also want to make sure that you know when you're doing this that generally your DTF, you need to know if it's a hot or cold peel. Okay, so I was being very careful because I didn't want to peel it up or peel off any portion of the DTF transfer. So I did eventually wait until it cooled off a bit, because I didn't want to peel off the print. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and layer the rest of the design, and we're almost done, y'all. But this is what took the most. If you notice, with DTF transfers and printing, that doesn't take a lot of time. But because I'm doing bling and it required multiple presses, that's what made this project last a little bit longer than what it would have lasted if I were just doing the DTF transfer, just pressing that one. But that looked pretty good. I'm very happy. My Xtool made sure that those prints were nice and bright for me for this shirt, and this is looking good. That's looking so good, y'all. We have one more press and then we're going to be done with this. Okay, now I am pressing these at the regular temperature, 325 degrees, for 25 seconds, because that's generally what I use for my hot fix rhinestones. But just make sure that you use the parchment paper on top of that DTF transfer. You don't want anything to ruin your print. But I'm actually loving these shirts, y'all. There were some other parts that they wanted me to put on the sleeve, some other DTF parts that they wanted me to put on the sleeve. But y'all, the front of the shirt looks absolutely amazing. I love it.
Whew, yo, we are all done with that t-shirt order. And as you guys saw, it wasn't simply just DTF prints and pressing and that's it. We added a little bit of bling to it. I gotta be 100% transparent with y'all. After working all day at the school, coming home to dive into another business isn't necessarily appealing to me. And sometimes it takes a little bit of a push for me to actually get into going. However, with the addition of the Xtool Apparel Printer as one of my printers, y'all, it makes it so much easier. As you guys saw, we did have one print head that we needed to do, one print head cleaning that we needed to perform. After that, it was smooth sailing. And that is because the machine does the auto maintenance. It has the moisturizing liquid inside, and it just makes, not having worked on this printer in a whole week, it makes it a lot easier to come and jump back into it like I never stopped printing from it. So these shirts, I had about 8 to 9 shirts that I had to do, and we completed those shirts in about 2 hours. Now, the printing and the pressing, that didn't take the most time. Of course, it was the bling, adding that bling to those shirts. That's what took the majority of the time that I needed to spend to make these shirts. So printing it out, that was super quick. Absolutely love that. And of course, you know, I don't mind adding a little bit of extra bling, but y'all, I am super tired. It has been a very, very, very long day. Those shirts, they were $45 each in case anybody wanted to know. And they actually had quite a bit of things going on with it. But I totally enjoyed making those shirts. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to head over to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and join the Craftable Things communities there as well. I would love to have you. But that's it for today, y'all. Thank you all so very much for watching and working with me. Until next time, y'all.